Back on the Parkland podcast, and we continue our coverage of election 2024 as we continue our focus on the 3rd District State Senator race. And joining us here is Cyndi Buchheit-Courtway, and she is one of 2 candidates seeking that 3rd District State Senator position. Cyndi, thanks so much for joining us today. We appreciate your time so much.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So let's talk about your political career. This is something that you've been involved in for a while. I guess, how did you get started in politics, and what ultimately led you to where we are here today?
Absolutely. So I have been a member of the House for the past 4 years. What got me there is a little bit interesting. When I started dating my husband years ago, he was very, very much into politics. I was not. I knew quickly if I didn't get involved, then I would never see him. So I started going to all kinds of events with him and having a great time, meeting a lot of great people. Then I started working at Mercy Hospital Jefferson in medical records. You know, people come into medical records. It's not fun. They're coming in to get something to take for a second opinion, or to find out what's wrong with them. So nobody is ever in a good mood when they come in. They would come into my office. Mercy is a Catholic hospital. I had all kinds of stuff behind me that said God is good all the time. Just pictures of different cool stuff that made people feel better. One lady asked me one day about if I was a Christian, and we started talking about her niece and some issues. She wanted to have a baby. She kept having miscarriages. She finally carried a baby, but it was stillborn. After that, she was really mad at God. So I asked her if I could pray for her niece. And then that kind of led me to thinking, I'm already helping on this scale. I'd like to help on a bigger scale. Senator Elaine Gannon had been a representative at the time, was term limited out. And no one had jumped in to say they were going to start running for that seat, so I decided that that's what I needed to do. It took a little while to convince my husband that that's where we needed to go, and then told our family that I was thinking about doing this, because it is a little different. It's kind of a sacrifice to go to Jeff City week after week. You're there from Monday through Thursday, and your family's here. And so I just have a huge heart to serve, and that's why I'm not really a politician at all. I just have a servant's heart, and that's why I'm there for the people.
I'm sure you have priorities and goals that got you interested in running for state office, but I bet as soon as you got into state office, that list of priorities kind of grew, didn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, former State Representative Becky Ruth was the transportation chair when she was in Jeff City. In my first year in, we get to ask what committees we want, or they ask us what committees we want. We get to tell them what we'd like. So one of them that I wanted to be on was transportation, because it is so huge for our everyday life. You have to have roads and bridges to get to work, to get to school, to get to places to have fun, vacations. And so I wanted to be on transportation, obviously. I was put on transportation. She was the chair. She got nominated by the governor, or appointed by the governor, to run the Office of Child Advocate. So when she left, the vice chair of the committee stepped up to be the chair, and I was asked as a freshman to take over as vice chair, which was really cool. I was already the vice chair of the Health and Mental Health Policy Committee, and so having 2 committees that you're vice chair of as a freshman, and then also getting appointed as the chair of the Mental Health Policy Research Committee, also my freshman term, that was pretty cool. So then this term, I was given the opportunity to be the chair of Transportation Infrastructure. They divided us in 2, Transportation Infrastructure and then Transportation Accountability. I got the cool one, and I've helped to bring all kinds of projects to the area, good projects, regional projects. I live in Jefferson County. But my first 2 years in office, I also served St. Francis and St. Genevieve. And so I have a heart to serve St. Francis and St. Genevieve people as well. And so, when we talked about the I-55 expansion, it cuts right through 67. And we're doing some great things there. We're going to lower 67 and have the off-ramp at CC. It's going to stop all kinds of accidents from happening, because you're going to just continue to go straight. You don't have to stop and wait at the light. So, it's a big safety issue currently. So we're going to fix that. The other thing, mental health awareness, I told you I was on those committees as well. It's huge. Mental health awareness is so huge. One of my friends, her 13-year-old grandson committed suicide 5 years ago. And so it's been huge for me to fight for that. And I have a bill that would start teaching our kids starting in 5th grade about mental health awareness and suicide awareness instead of waiting until high school. Because, it doesn't just affect high school age kids.
Right.
They're starting to commit suicide earlier and earlier. And then we've got, veterans that are out there that have fought to protect our country and to save our lives. And they're still having issues, and we're losing them. And it's so sad to me. And so I think if we start teaching people earlier what to look for in themselves and in their friends and how to get that help, I think that will help in the long run with everybody. And we lose one life, and that's one life too many. But man, if we can just save a life, that's huge to me.
We hear the passion in your voice
Yeah.
about this subject.
Absolutely.
If people want to get involved in your campaign, support you, find out about more issues about you, how do they do that?
So I have a website. It's CyndiForMo.com. That's CYNDI, the number 4, mo.com. There's lots of good stuff on there. I have push cards that have my phone number on there. You can ask for a sign on there, anything you want. We love to get the help. We're so interested in the people and making sure that the people are taken care of in this whole district. So
Thank you so much.
thank you.
All right, Cyndi Buchheit-Courtway, she is running for the State Senate District number 3 and joining us here on the Parkland Podcast.